Hey, everybody. You're listening to Crystal here with the Plant Pusher podcast. And what's really, really exciting is that we're here with you to always talk about all things plants, colors, textures, shapes, their impacts on your life. I love working with plants. I love introducing you to new plants. And here at Plant Pusher, that's what I do. I push you straight to the plants. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Plant Pusher. It's Crystal again, your favorite plant pusher. And today, you know what I'm pushing? I'm pushing fruit trees. Listen, I love them. I love apples. I love bananas. I love peaches. I love it all. Listen, I love fruit trees, pears, you name it. When I was growing up, we had banana trees. And they were awesome. To go out into your backyard and pick your own bananas was great. And here's what's crazy. I don't even eat bananas, but I loved watching the flowers bloom on them because they bloom the most beautiful flowers before they actually begin to develop bananas on them. And so I love fruit trees. And so for me, I think there's nothing more beautiful than creating a food forest by having your trees, then of course your shrubs, your ground covering and so forth, so that all of your growth can tier one on top of the other for the success and love of the plants that are below it. It's amazing. And that's really one of the most basic things to gardening is creating a food forest where it all aids and leans on one another to sustain itself. I love fruit trees. Listen, y'all, this year, my peach trees, they are giving, honey. And when I say giving, I mean like offering plates. I'm so excited because my first tree did exceptionally well. And then I have another one that's, for some reason, she's like the runt of the group. Like she is usually a month behind my other fruit tree, so we have to wait. But she is so full of peaches, and I'm so excited. Pineapple's a whole different thing, and it's just my plant, not a tree. But I want to tell you guys, put some respect on that because my pineapples are growing beautifully. So, for me, whether you have a large backyard or a small balcony, growing fruit trees is really, really accessible and can be really rewarding because you can grow them in pots. You can do dwarf versions, really small versions of the tree. And you can also control them through pruning so that they don't get too large for your space. But you can really do this. And all you have to do is get started. Okay. First step, find what we love. Second step, do we love to eat it? Third step, let's plant that mother. Let's drop it in the soil and let's get to moving. One of the benefits to me for other fruit trees is the multitude of benefits, like number one being tasty, but then they're beautiful. They bring such gorgeous foliage. The birds are chirping. And I was just listening to this beautiful recording where it discussed how there is a lot of research that has been done, is still being done on the sounds of birds and how birds chirping in the morning may be the signal to nature to have plants to open up. That's amazing because they said that the bird's calls in the morning through sound might be the actual tool that encourages flowers and other growing objects to open up. So without the birds calling in the morning and chirping in the morning, would that change the way food is developed and the pollination process and so forth? Mind blown. Let me find out that the plants are dancing in the morning too, like me. Because that's why we go together, because we dance, like spirits are being filled with nature. I love it. Okay, but remember, you've got some natural dwellers in the fruit trees. So depending on where you live, there might be naturally other fruit trees like apple trees if you live, in the Pacific Northwest. For me, for instance, I inherited some beautiful mulberry trees and I have several of them and they produce a lot of fruit. So the birds love my yard. Okay, so that's awesome. The butterflies love the trees and so do the bees and other pollinators. And so when you think about it, when you've got that beautiful foliage, you've got those pollinators, you're creating and contributing to a healthier ecosystem. And that's really important because things lean on one another. So whether you're doing it for aesthetics, the environmental impact and the joy on harvesting is high, honey, because there's nothing better than eating a fire roasted peach. I'm about to turn into some cobbler and some peach jam. We're about to be peaching it up, but you want to choose a right tree for you. So think about the climate that you live in. Think about your personal space. What are your preferences? I mean, do you like apples or pears? Is it cherries? In warmer regions, they get dope fruit like citrus, oranges, lemons, grapefruits. I mean, if you're limited on space, let's find some semi-dwarf or dwarf varieties that you can grow in containers right there on your balcony. You know, each fruit tree needs certain things for your location. Let's find out what that is. Once you've chosen your fruit tree, let's plant that sucker. Select a sunny spot. Let's get you some well-drained soil. For me, I dig a hole that's slightly larger than the root of the tree. I make sure that I open up the grafting area a little bit in the soil line, backfill it a little bit with some dirt. I'll sprinkle some fertilizer in the base, soak it with a large amount of water, drop that tree in there through the soil on top, and then I sit there and wait with my hands on my chin. I'm definitely having a color purple moment when I'm watching my trees because I'm like really waiting for them to take off. And I look at them and like, are y'all growing or no? Like, this is serious business. And the first year I got fruit on my trees, I just almost came unglued. I've done apple before. I have mulberry. I've done peaches before. I feel like I'm missing another one. I've done bananas. What else have I done? Pear and crab apple, which have also been fun. So I encourage you to really, really think about the fruit trees you would enjoy because like any plant, fruit trees are going to face their challenges. You're going to have pests, you're going to have diseases, you're going to have weather, kind of adversities here and there. The adversity in planting fruit trees will be the weather. You want to trim your branches up a little bit, give it some space. And, if you've got birds that are eating your fruit, I had a great friend that covered one of his trees with a giant net, almost like a giant, like a cap, like a hairnet. And he covered his tree so the birds couldn't take all the fruit before it was ready to be harvested. And that went really well. When I went back out, he had a tree full of fruit. We uncovered it, harvested, and boom, beat the birds because they were out birding it up. Okay? Very angering. I am not playing all this food for y'all to eat it only. I want some too. Okay. So be ready for the pest. And for me, I usually leave a couple of pieces of fruit on the tree. Not much. Let me not sound like Mother Teresa of the trees, y'all. I mean, a couple. I'm leaving 2 to 4 pieces. That's all y'all get. That's for the worms and the ants. That's for the birds to pick at a little bit. That's an appetizer from nature. Y'all have a good day because I put a lot of time into these trees. So I want to work on my grafting, skills where you can graft a tree limb, take a little notch out of it, match it with your other favorite plant, and then watch what kind of hybrid you can create. So I really want to get better at that. And that's another fun thing you can do with fruit trees. But, don't let me taint your fruit tree waters, honey, because I'm just looking out for the fun stuff. I just want fun things to eat all the time. I'm all about it. That's one of the reasons why I got started in this plant game, because I love to eat plant-based foods and they're fun, but I like creating with them too. So also know that if you ever have any fruit that maybe is in the best condition, you're not going to eat it. I will be very honest with you. I will soak those bad boys in water as long as I can till they get real funky-ish, and I drop those right back at the base of the actual plant. Especially if I have like potting plants too. So not only do I have the mulberry, the peach, the apple, and so forth, but I also have pecan trees. So I will let all those shells drop down on the ground, and I like to run them over with a lawnmower a couple good times and leave them in the pile so they can go back and provide more nitrogen and fertilizer to my soil, and I'll spread that over other plants as well. So just know that as you learn so much about what you're going to enjoy in this plant stratosphere, that you can do so much. Be good to your trees. Take care of them. Water them. I cover the bottom of mine with grass clippings. Nothing fancy. Literally cut your grass. Scoop the grass. Throw it at the bottom of the tree. Pour water on top. Voila. I did that last fall. My trees ate it up. And I mean, don't get me wrong. And it wasn't pretty. I had that grass heaping high on that tree. But I kind of did it like a blanket, like I wrapped it all around it. It was at least 2 to 3 feet up at the base. It looked kind of wonky in the fall and winter when I did it. But you know what? My tree thanked me because my tree did excellent this year. And I do mean excellent. So don't be afraid of using your grass clippings and anything else like that you've been soaking as a fertilizer to be good to your trees because they deserve the best conditions you can give them possibly. So, it's me. I'm here bringing you the 411 on all the plant loving things that I enjoy doing. Let me know what fruit trees you guys enjoy. If somebody is having an exceptional sale, hey, message me. I need those deets, okay? because we have got to keep the trees popping. I love fruit trees and you do too. That's why we're here at the Plant Pusher. We are providing you with all the luscious information from the plants, honey. So I can't wait to talk to you again. I'm your favorite plant pusher. It's Crystal. I'll talk to you soon. Enjoy. This show, Plant Pusher Podcast, is brought to you by Possibilities Podcast Platform. We appreciate you listening. Stay tuned. Your favorite episode is up next.